the 5 Cent Podcast.
My name is Richardson. I am from Sri Lanka. I have an older sister and a younger brother. They still live in Sri Lanka. When I was young, we had the only TV in the neighborhood.
Welcome back, friends. I'm Professor 5 Cents, and today we talk about the $1,000,000 question: what is a sentence? However, I don't have $1,000,000 for the $1,000,000 question. I'm Professor 5 Cents. I only have 5 cents. So today, let's answer the 5 cent question. What is a simple sentence? When you understand the structure of a simple sentence, you will know where to put the periods, where to start the new sentences with capital letters, how to eliminate short fragments, incomplete sentences, as well as how to edit long run-on sentences. You want it not too short, not too long, just right. So, here's my definition. A simple sentence has a subject, a verb, and some information.
Say what?
A simple sentence has a subject, a verb, and some information.
Hey, that's all right.
First, what is a subject? A subject can be a name like Susanna, a pronoun like she, a common noun like the school, the students, the park. It's the who or the what the sentence is about, like Nagat, the doctor, the chair. Nagat drinks tea. The doctor looks nervous. The chair is red. Usually the subject goes first, and it can be one word, she, or a long phrase like the big black cat with the green eyes. After the subject, short or long, you need the verb and then the information. So what's a verb? It can be an action word like walk, eat, call. It can be a form of to be like am, are, is. It is the only word that changes when the subject changes. I walk. She walks. Walk is a verb because it changes when the subject changes from I to she. It also changes with the verb tense. Yesterday I walked. Every day I walk. Walked, walk changes with the verb tense. Another way to find the verb is usually the verb is right after the subject. Nagat drinks tea. Subject, Nagat. Verb, drinks. The doctor looks nervous. Subject, the doctor. Verb, looks. The chair is red. Subject, the chair. Verb, is. A simple sentence has a subject, a verb, and information. So what do I mean by information? Basically, everything else. Nagat drinks tea. Subject, Nagat. Verb, drinks. Information, tea, what she drinks. The doctor looks nervous. Subject, the doctor. Verb, looks. Information, nervous. How does he look? Nervous. The chair is red. What's the information? Red. That's it. That is a simple sentence. And remember, all sentences start with a capital letter and end with a period, an exclamation point, or a question mark. To be a good English writer, you need to be a good English listener. Listen to this paragraph. I will say period each time I finish a sentence. After that, I will ask you to try. First, listen. Bob loves pizza. Period. He eats it every chance he gets. Period. His favorite topping is pepperoni. Period. His second favorite is spinach and mushroom pizza. Period. Bob is crazy about pizza. Period. Now it's your turn. I will read the paragraph and you say period when you hear the end of a sentence. Bob loves pizza. He eats it every chance he gets. His favorite topping is pepperoni. His second favorite is spinach and mushroom pizza. Bob is crazy about pizza. Can you hear those sentences? Count them with me. Bob loves pizza. 1. He eats it every chance he gets. 2. His favorite topping is pepperoni. 3. His second favorite is spinach and mushroom pizza. 4. Bob is crazy about pizza. 5. This paragraph has 5 sentences. To be a good writer and speaker of English, you need to train your ear and brain to hear and think in sentences, not just words. Don't think, I am hungry. Put those words together. I am hungry. Subject, verb, information, 1 sentence. The black cat is big. The old car is red. The food is good. Start thinking in groups of words or sentences. Listen to this paragraph and count the sentences. First, listen. I'm going to say it fast. Count the sentences. George is a monkey. He likes to climb trees. He eats lots of bananas. George shares with his friends. He is a good monkey. How many sentences? Are you sure? Listen again. George is a monkey. He likes to climb trees. He eats lots of bananas. George shares with his friends. He is a good monkey. Let's count. George is a monkey. 1. He likes to climb trees. 2. He eats lots of bananas. 3. George shares with his friends. 4. He is a good monkey. 5. Now I'm going to say a sentence and ask you some questions. Ready? Here we go. George is a monkey. What is the subject? George. Verb. Is. Information. A monkey. He likes to climb trees. Subject. He. Verb. Likes. Information. To climb trees. 1 more. He eats lots of bananas. Subject. He. Verb. Eats. Information. Lots of bananas. This is great practice. If you need to do it over and over, please do. Remember, we are only talking about simple sentences today because we don't have $1 million. In other episodes, we can talk about compound sentences where you put 2 simple sentences together with a little connecting word like and or but. He likes to climb trees, comma, and he likes to eat bananas. That's a compound sentence. We will talk about complex sentences where you connect a simple sentence with an incomplete sentence using a subordinator like because or when or if. For example, if he gets hungry, comma, he eats a banana. That's a complex sentence. We can have 2 or more subjects. We can have 2 or more verbs. We can get really fancy. However, your job first is to understand and write and speak simple sentences over and over. Okay, it's story time, ladies and gentlemen. Today, our special guest is Richardson, all the way from Sri Lanka. While you listen, try to hear the subject, the verb, and the information in some or all of the sentences. Train your ear. Take it away, Richardson.
My name is Richardson. I am from Sri Lanka, a small tropical island south of India. I grew up in a nice house in a middle-sized town. My mom worked for the education department and my dad was a welder and a businessman. He had a rice farm and he delivered bricks. I have an older sister and a younger brother. They still live in Sri Lanka. When I was young, we had the only TV in the neighborhood. It was only 14 inches, but everyone loved it. Every Saturday night, we put it outside, and the neighbors came to watch the news and movies. There were never less than 30 people, friends and neighbors. I also loved going hunting and fishing with my dad and playing football and cricket. When I was in middle school, I joined the Scouts because I liked nature more than school. At age 14, I joined the military. I learned many skills like how to cook, make breads, and gardens. I left Sri Lanka at age 16.
Bravo, Richardson! Now, let's learn from his sentences. He starts with a beautiful, simple sentence.
My name is Richardson.
My name is Richardson. Subject, my name. Verb, is. Information, Richardson. Maybe you're thinking, this is too basic. I already know this. Yes, but when you write, my name is blank, your name, now you will know it's okay to put a period after that because it is a complete, simple sentence. For example, if you write, my name is Ali, I am from Yemen, you will know right away that's two sentences, not one. Capital M, my name is Ali, period. Capital I am from Yemen, period. Okay, what about this next sentence?
I grew up in a nice house in a middle-sized town.
I grew up in a nice house in a middle-sized town. Subject, I. Verb, grew up. That's a two-word verb. We'll talk about that another time. The past tense of grow up, grew up. And information, in a nice house in a middle-sized town. Even simple sentences can have lots of information. I grew up in a nice house a few miles from the Mexican border. I grew up in a little village way up in the mountains. I grew up in a noisy city with delicious food. They all have the same subject and verb, I grew up, but with different information. Where did you grow up? If you're not driving right now, pause and write a sentence or two to keep your brain working. I grew up. Okay, listen to another sentence by Richardson.
I have an older sister and a younger brother.
I have an older sister and a younger brother. Subject, I. Verb, have. Information, an older sister and a younger brother. For me, I have an older sister and an older brother. My sister is the oldest. My brother is the middle. What about you? Please answer this question to practice. Do you have any brothers or sisters? If you don't, you can say, no, I don't have any. Sometimes we add a little phrase to the front of our simple sentence. It still has the subject verb information, but maybe it has a phrase like this.
At age 14, I joined the military.
At age 14, I joined the military. It still has the subject, I, a verb, joined, but the information is split into two places, before and after the subject and verb. At age 14 is information, and the military is information. Listen again.
At age 14, I joined the military.
Or he could say, I joined the military at age 14. We could talk more about time phrases in another episode. Here is one last sentence.
I left Sri Lanka at age 16.
I left Sri Lanka at age 16. See what I mean? Subject, I. Verb, left, past tense of leave. Information, Sri Lanka at age 16. This time, he puts it all at the end instead of, at age 16, I left Sri Lanka. Listen again.
I left Sri Lanka at age 16.
Both ways are correct. Great job, Richardson. Okay, now I know you're saying, Professor 5 Cents, please give me some homework so I can practice and learn. I don't want to wait 100 years to speak English perfectly. Okay, relax. Let's see. Here are 3 things you can do next. Number 1, write a simple sentence with each pronoun for the subject, I, you, he, she, it, we, they, and a different verb for each sentence. I drink coffee, you walk to the store, and so on. 2, write a paragraph about a family member or a friend with 5 simple sentences all about that person. Just like we did with Bob loves pizza, his favorite topping is, and so on. Pick any topic, food, travel, how they look, their job, hobbies, etc. And lastly, 3, open a book, any book, and look at one page. How many sentences does it have? Can you find the subject, the verb, and the information in all of the sentences, most of the sentences, some of the sentences? It may be difficult, but it's great practice. That is all the time we have for today. See you next time on the 5 Cent Podcast.